Hello and welcome everyone to another episode of 120 Days of Movie Podcast. I think we're finally on episode 59.
Oh,
50,
halfway.
Oh wow,
almost halfway. Almost halfway.
almost
Come on.
halfway.
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is one
Been
of
a
your
long road.
co-hosts. This is Chuck.
This is one of your other co-hosts, Daniel.
This is your other co-host, Brendan.
Cool. Yeah, we saw a piece of shit this week. We
Oh
Yeah.
saw
god,
we saw Home Alone 4. Um, I don't even remember who directed this. It's not by
Rod.
Christopher. Yeah,
It's Rod something.
Rod Daniel.
Rod Daniel,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah, it was really bad. Um, it was like I'll give a quick synopsis of the movie. Um, it's just kind of like a sequel to the first two, but I looked into it. It's not a sequel to the third one. The third one was like a standalone thing.
Okay, that's fucking
Yeah.
weird.
But yeah, and they also did it where it's the same characters as the first two, but there's all new actors. I don't think there's a single actor from the first two that showed up in this movie.
Yeah, I don't think so either, unless like we missed a cameo or something. Because it's also
No, yeah.
like it's how many years after, like 10 years after the first, the first two probably, like in
Mhm.
the real world.
It would have been cool if like the janitor or something was like Macaulay Culkin and like he was actually the genius or something. But okay, let me get into the.
Yeah,
It's really fucking stupid. It's like the Home Alone premise, but
barely
basically
though, but like it's not the
barely.
Home Alone
It's not.
premise.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they're not
He's
even
never, he's not Home
not Home
Alone.
Alone at
Like,
all. He's never Home Alone. Um,
Yeah.
he's Home Alone for like an hour at a time. Like,
and Brendan was telling me that they even got rid of two of his siblings. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, it's like how
yeah,
is
well,
it going to be a continuation but not even
yeah, there's like 1,000 kids in the first one. That's like the whole thing. That's how they forget him. Is because this family has like 14,000 children in their house.
Well, a
Um,
lot of them are his cousins. But yes,
yeah,
but
I guess that's
they
true. I
do
don't know
have
who's who.
5 kids. They do have 5 kids.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
5 kids?
Yes.
Jeez,
hmm
I need to
Um.
get my Home
y-
Alone lore.
No, no, it's okay. This was horrible. Like basically, the premise is his Kevin's parents are splitting up. Like they're getting divorced, and his father is like dating someone who has like a smart house, and
Yeah.
like basically like Marv is played by a new guy. Like I'm not gonna even mention that. It doesn't matter. Everyone there's all new characters. Well, not all new
And the
characters.
new
It's new
actors.
actors. And basically Marv is dating this other girl he met at prison and they're working
Oh,
together.
I missed that. They met in prison.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
I
I
think the
also.
joke. Yeah, they're like, "Oh,
Oh,
you yeah."
so
I'm
there's a
getting like a
co-ed prison. Sorry,
that's
I know
what
I keep
yeah,
interrupting,
no,
but
no,
like, what
it is really dumb. It makes no sense when you really think about it.
the?
And basically there's like a bait and switch because you think the entire time that one of the security like surveillance guys, guard person is the
The
guy,
butler.
the butler. Why do I keep yeah,
Yeah,
the
the butler,
butler.
yeah, who also watches the cameras.
Yes, who also
Yeah.
watches the cameras. Only have 2 people working this big ass mansion. Um I don't I'm losing my mind. What happens?
Yeah, we haven't even started. Like you haven't even started talking about what the movie's about.
No, I told you they got split. They're getting
Yeah,
split
okay,
up.
you're right. So
Yeah,
that's
they
the
have the
first 5 minutes.
Yeah, so and then Kevin basically spends his Christmas barely at the smart house. And it's kind of like the same premise. Like he gets gifts, he uses his gifts, he befriends the person he thought was bad in the beginning, but it actually is a good guy at the end. He does
Oh yeah, it's
elaborate
true.
yeah, he does elaborate pranks, but these are so bad. Not elaborate pranks, like these are so
There's also
bad.
like
They're not
there's like
even called.
3 pranks.
Yeah, and they're all bad, man. They're all like shit. Like they didn't even think about it. Like they didn't even like watch the first 2 movies. Um and Kevin, the actor who plays Kevin is so annoying.
Yeah. Oh my
Oh
god.
my god, it makes me like, damn, was Macaulay Culkin really that good?
Yeah, he
There were
was.
like, yeah, Macaulay. There's like a parthenon of like actually good children actors. There's like in the entire, I feel like the entire history of film, there's been like 10 good child actors, and everyone else sucks.
Yeah, and it's crazy because it's like Macaulay Culkin I thought was always fine, but maybe like
Mhm.
even a fine children actor is
Yes.
at the pinnacle. Like it's so good
Yeah.
at like oh, and I think for this they got literally the worst kid they could find. I'm not even kidding. This kid is so annoying. Like I really think it was like a
Yeah.
nepotism hire or something. Like it's so bad.
What was this kid's name? Not to like. I mean,
No, no,
maybe we shouldn't
we're
bully
not
a
gonna.
child.
Well, this was a direct to like home thingy, right? Like type of movie.
No, it was. I looked this up. It was
Oh no, it was made for
first.
television.
Yeah, on TV. First aired on ABC on November 3rd, 2002. It's the first
Mhm.
episode of the 47th season of The Wonderful World of Disney, followed by a DVD release.
Damn. Yeah, no, it's fucking horrible. Is it French Stewart who's the main guy?
Yeah, who's Marv?
Oh, that's Marv.
Yeah. Can I also, by the way, this is like not even important, but it's pet peeve. It's Marv who is not who's the Daniel Stern character, not the Joe Pesci character, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
They dressed him like the Joe Pesci character.
Yeah, that made no
What the
sense.
fuck is that about? Yeah, it's
Well,
so weird. I was like,
yeah,
why? The
and why do
the
they make
most
him sound like him?
yeah,
What's the
they took the
point?
most distinctive parts of the character and they just swapped it. It's so weird.
It's so weird, and like he does such a bad job as Marv. Like it's horrible.
It's really bad.
It's so bad.
Can we
There's like,
also like
go ahead, go ahead.
no? Can you? I want you to take a second, and maybe you're going to get to this. Why was it a smart house?
For no,
There's
like,
one.
yeah,
There's
they're
one joke
yeah.
that it revolves around it being a smart house, and it's the worst fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. There's one joke that relies on the house being a smart house.
Is
Every
it
other
the
moment is
shower
them.
thing? The shower thing, right?
No, because that's just a shower. He turns on the shower. The one
It's like
joke
super
is
high pressure though.
yeah, it's just a tsunami shower, but he presses the button. He doesn't say shower on. Which when we say smart house, by the way, because no one is going to watch this fucking movie. It's just everything's voice activated. They walk
Yes.
around with remotes because that's more convenient. And oh god, fuck! Like what? I'll tell you what I fucking hated is they would every door had a knob. It's still just a house. They would walk up to the door, stop, and say door open, and then wait for the door to open instead of just opening the fucking door. No one. I
Yeah.
don't think there's a point where anyone touched a doorknob in this movie. Anyway, the one time where it actually matters is when they're spinning around the bar, where there's this hidden bar.
Oh my god, yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah,
the
yeah.
one time that like it sort of matters, and it's the worst joke because I guess you have to say sesame, like you have to say open sesame,
Mhm.
not to make anything open. A door is not opening, but to reveal the bar, you say open sesame, and then every uh order after that, he's like speed up sesame, bar revolve sesame. Like I I don't understand that joke, and it made me tear my hair.
No, yeah, it was just bad. It just gave me a headache.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we haven't even gotten through the events of the movie. Does it matter?
I know, cause
We can't. Yeah, I mean, what is there to say, man? There's
Well,
like,
you didn't mention the royal. There's a royal family coming to visit.
oh, dude,
Um,
that means
yeah.
nothing. They show up at the
I
very
know,
end,
I know. I
and
don't know why.
why is
That's
it
why
even
the
a
burglars.
plot?
That's why Marv. Well, I don't know, but Marv was there to kidnap the prince. That was their
Yes.
plan this time. Why does it have to be that? There was so much in this movie that, like, I don't even want to say. Oh, when you think about it, just watching the movie, you're like, why the fuck did they like? They come up with all these roundabout explanations of things. Like Marv is here not to rob the house, but to kidnap the prince.
Hmm.
Why? I don't
Who
know.
cares?
Like he could have just been. Like I thought it was like, oh, are they accidentally going to kidnap Kevin? Like, and that's going to be the thing? No. Like it doesn't. It doesn't matter. Like he could have been doing anything.
Hmm.
Yeah. I
Which that,
really
by the
hated.
way, yeah.
Oh, go ahead then.
No, I was just
No, 'cause
very quickly. Okay, I just have to point out that the first prank of this movie was a grappling hook getting lodged in Marv's asshole. That was the first thing that happened. I just have to mention that. Like
Yeah.
that's the standard of prank.
Hmm. Well, no, didn't that happen after the water thing?
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Oh
The
yeah.
first thing was
It was
he flooded.
after the
I
He
know,
water.
like
but that was so stupid
flooded the
too.
house. It was really bad.
Yeah, it was
There's a whole
just so.
waterfall in there.
I thought that was a little funny. I will say, like, I
Yeah.
thought, yeah, like how high pressure the water was. I thought that was like, okay, this is kind of silly. but then it just went nowhere.
It also like it was all cleaned up the next day. I know it's a movie, it's a kids movie, but like I guess I don't even know what happened. Like that someone just came in and sucked it up. Like because that shit it was flooded. Like they were knee deep in water practically.
I don't know.
Anyway,
Maybe it was
Yeah.
like a tax write-off or something, like an insurance scam.
yeah. Right.
Oh god. But yeah, no. What? How does it end? He catches them, right? Oh yeah, and the twist is that like the maid character, she's not a maid, kind of. Like what would you call her?
She is a
Oh
maid, I
yeah,
think. They called it a
Yeah,
maid.
yeah,
the
she's
mom.
the bad guy, and
Yeah,
she's
she was
like
like
Yeah,
Marv's
she's
Marv's.
mom,
Marv's
right?
Yeah,
mother.
she's Marv's mom,
Yeah.
and I was like, bruh, what the fuck is going
Yeah.
on?
I also one more quick pet peeve because we have to go back to Brendan because Brendan had something he wanted to say. But just another example of shit that like doesn't matter. There's a lot I hate about this movie. But when they're in at one point Marv and his mom lock Kevin and the butler Prescott in the wine cellar because of course there's a wine cellar.
Oh
And
yeah.
they're like, how do we get out of here? I can't think of anything. And then there's like a pregnant pause, and the butler goes, well, I do have a cell phone. And then
Bruh.
Kevin calls his own house. He doesn't call the police. He just calls his house 3 times,
Twice.
two
Oh yeah,
times.
yeah, 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 yeah,
No,
yeah,
3 times because he
yeah.
calls. The brother hangs up on him. Then he calls again and says, "Can I talk to mom?" And the brother hangs up again. And he says, and instead of the butler saying, "Hey, little boy, can I have my cell phone back and maybe I'll call anyone else?" They just
Yeah.
wait and they keep calling until the mom picks up. But then the phone just dies. So like why like and they don't and she doesn't know Kevin's in trouble. So it's like why even have this scene where there's a cell phone? Just don't have a cell phone. Like the fact that they called the mother doesn't do anything. Like she could have just been calling the house to say, "Hi, it's Christmas Day. I want to say Merry Christmas to my son." Like they didn't need some bizarre explanation for why is there a dead cell phone in the mix? I just hate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just bad. It's also like you hate every character. There's not a character that you like.
And I was
um
telling Chuck like
yeah.
before we started, I'm just so mad that they did it as like a continue what's that word?
Continuation.
Continue it like a sequel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's like for example, like I hated the interaction that Kevin had with Marv when he's like, "Oh, miss me?" or whatever he said. Like
Oh my
Mhm.
god,
it's just
yeah.
like what? I don't know. I
It's
just
Well,
hate him.
so
yeah.
bad.
They also see Kevin, they're with him in like after the shower shit, and then they just leave. They're like, I know you, that we know each
Yeah,
other, and then they just leave. Like it's
that's the
like,
interaction
okay.
I'm talking about. It's like what?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
it's
hated it.
awful. I also like the the thing that sucks about this movie, we sort of alluded to this, but like he's not it's called Home Alone, he's not Home Alone. He's home
No.
alone for like three total hours. There's like a few times where his parents go out to do errands and he's home
No, but
alone.
he's not even home alone because the maid and the fucking
That's true.
butler are there.
That's true. The maid and the butler are there. Yeah, he's never home alone. It's just not Home Alone. Um, and but one of the points where it comes, it's after they come after the grappling hook goes in Marv's butthole that I mentioned. He records them. He records Marv and Vera is the wife, I think,
Yeah, I
talking
think
about
you're
that they're going to kidnap the prince. He's got it, and I was like, oh, okay. So now he's going to go to his dad and whatever the fiance's name is, and show, look, someone was in your house. I've got a recording of them, and he does it. They're like, Kevin, we don't believe you. Instead of saying I have a recording, he uses the recording to like for a prank later, like a terrible prank where
Oh
it's
no,
just
they do that in like the other movies too, but it's much
right.
better.
It's
Like
just the angels with filthy souls or whatever.
yeah, and that's like what makes more sense because Kevin's not smart enough to like contact his parents in the first two.
Well, in the
Well, no, I think he.
first two, he tries, but the whole thing is, I mean, it's stupid. But in the first one, they're in they're in Paris, so somehow they can't get in touch. I don't
No,
know.
no.
Like, yeah,
I think you guys
go ahead.
missed it in the first movie.
He wishes that they're away. They're gone.
No, but the guy mentions it when they're in a hurry that your phone line, like the phone lines are a mess because the tree like
True.
fell on it,
Yes,
so
Oh
they
you're right.
couldn't contact
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
it's the
Mhm.
No,
very
that movie's
beginning. Yeah,
very
you're right.
smart. Don't diss Home Alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the
Home
excuse in the
Alone 2
second
is
one?
no, Home Alone 2 is a little more egregious. He's like in the hotel and he doesn't care.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't want
Right.
to contact them.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you can argue that for the first one too. Like he doesn't want to contact them.
Yeah,
He
definitely at the beginning. It's true. But
and
Yeah.
he honestly
Brendan's
doesn't.
right.
He honestly thinks that they're like disappeared. Like he's a kid.
But Brendan's right that the parents try to call the house
Yes,
and they can't because the phone lines are
yes.
down.
And the second one, they don't
Yeah.
even know where Kevin is.
Yeah,
True.
because after
True.
he like gets scared from the hotel, then he doesn't have an access. He's just like out in the streets.
Yeah, but
Right.
they
Yeah.
didn't even know that he was in New York in the very beginning.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Mhm.
Mm.
They
So
only
the
found out because Kevin uses his dad's credit card.
Yeah,
yeah,
and then they have the dad has a brother in New York, but he's gone. Remember, so like
Yes.
he goes to his house,
Mhm.
but there's no one there. With that's anyway.
And I thought that worked really well because it was like, oh, why would there be an abandoned house? But I'm like, oh, that's hilarious. And they use the fact that they're like fixing up the house, like have all these like paint cans and random shit, like there's like a fucking hole in the floor.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I mean, the
yeah,
thing is, like, not I'm not dissing the first two movies because they're classics, obviously,
Hmm.
but it's like the standards are pretty low. Like, none of that really makes that much sense. Like, there's an explanation, and it just has to be good enough that you're watching it and you're not like, why the fuck is any of this happening?
Hmm.
Like, it
yeah,
just give me just enough. It doesn't like take that much. Like, just yeah, Brendan's right. Like, have a guy come by and say, by the way, the phone lines are down. Have the brother be renovating his house and be out of town, and that, like, I don't need like everything to come together. Just this movie, like, it doesn't make any fucking sense. Like, nothing makes any sense. Why does that fiance? Why is a royal family coming to fucking a suburb of Chicago for Christmas? Why, yeah, is like he taking a recording and not showing it to his parents? Like, it's just like none of it makes any sense. Why do they have a smart house? Like, why is it a smart house? God.
yeah,
Yeah, it's just dog shit. It's just a bad movie.
yeah. I agree. It's
Is
super
is there
forgettable.
is there anything in the movies or any point that you laughed? Like
I
that you
told
thought
you,
it was
I
funny?
thought
Okay.
the high pressure shower was
The
funny.
shower. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I
Brendan?
also laughed at the water.
Yeah, because I
Yeah.
was like, "Oh, it's so silly how strong it is." And it, like, literally floods the entire house, like, immediately.
There was one moment that I like audibly laughed, and it was at the beginning of the movie when he's left home alone, kind of with Buzz, and Buzz makes him do all the chores.
That
And
was yeah,
there's
yeah,
just
that
one,
was cute. That was cute.
but specifically, there's one point where he's taking out the garbage, and he puts the garbage away, and Buzz just fucking slams the garbage can on his hand, and he just goes like he just starts
Oh
screaming.
yeah,
Uh, it was just so stupid and unnecessarily like dramatic. But I just thought it was. It gave me honestly. It gave me like uh the Room vibes, like that
Oh,
scene
like,
where
so
he
bad it's good.
pushes. Yeah, like when he that particularly my favorite scene in the movie where the main character pushes. It's when they're in the alley playing catch or something,
Mhm, with the football.
and yeah, they're playing football, and one of the friends comes over, and what's the main character's name?
Tommy.
Tommy.
Or
Tommy
no,
just
Mark.
pushes him into.
Oh, wait, no, it's Mark and
Oh yeah, Tommy's the guy's name. Is the real man's name.
I think it's Tommy for both, though.
Let's look it up.
Let's look it up. He's
Over.
like,
It's been a
"Oh,
long
hi,
time since I've
Mark."
seen it.
Oh,
Right,
Johnny.
Mark. Johnny. Yeah,
It
not Tom.
makes no
Yeah, okay.
fucking sense. Why is his name
Johnny
Johnny?
pushes Johnny just pushes one of the friends into a bunch of trash cans on accident.
Yeah.
I don't know why that part just makes me laugh. And anyway, just somehow it maybe the trash can. It just gave me that vibe. It just yeah, it was like so bizarre and strange and like why is any of this happening?
Yeah. It I mean, I don't think there's any positive qualities about this movie.
yeah. Like other than like
Yeah.
if maybe if you watch it when you're young enough, then it's like a nostalgic movie for you. But
But, like, if I would just say just watch the first 2. Like
yeah, true.
if you
Yeah.
find this if you find this good and nostalgic, oh my god, you're in for a treat. Like,
Yeah.
oh, it's crazy bad.
What made you pick this movie, Chuck? Like because it's like
We
did you
haven't
think it
seen
was
a
gonna be this bad?
yeah, I thought it was gonna be this bad.
Okay.
I yeah. I didn't think it was gonna make me this angry, though.
yeah,
Yeah, I had to watch this. I watched it in like 2 sittings, and I literally finished watching it like right before we came on because I couldn't. I like could not sit through this.
Yeah, it took me multiple, viewings, too. I think I quit when they were watching the Christmas movie. I'm like, I don't want to. I don't even care what they're talking about.
Oh yeah, when they're watching the
A
Jim. What is
Miracle.
it? Oh, it's a Wonderful Life.
It's a Wonderful Life. And
Yeah.
like they're retconning shit. They're like, oh yeah, we love this movie. We watch it every Christmas, bruh. Last two Christmases,
Yeah.
you weren't together.
Also, I guess Kevin's been 9 years old for 3 years because they say he's 9, and he was not 6 or 7. Like it's just
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Bro hasn't aged. And like I like how they're
Yeah.
like kind of like subtly referencing the first two. Like we don't really let you out the house anymore. Like what? What are you guys talking
Yeah,
about?
they're like he's being babysat by Buzz, and he's like, "I've been home alone before," and she's like, "Oh, don't remind me." And it's like,
Yeah.
you
Shut
like I don't
shut up.
know, I don't like
Shut the fuck up.
yeah,
Oh
like
my
are
god.
you referring to the fact when you left your child at home, like, or he
Mhm.
got on the wrong flight? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
also have my problems with the first two. I actually hate the mom and the dad to be honest.
Mm.
Yeah. That's
Really?
just
The
yeah.
dad's particularly an asshole.
Yeah,
What?
dude, they're both assholes, man. Dude, you leave your son. Okay, in the first one is bad. Like you leave your son, you're an asshole, whatever. The second one, how do you let this shit happen again? Like when you're the
Because
mom,
Oh,
you
you're talking
saw
about
it.
the
You saw it
originals? You
happen.
hate the parents in the originals?
I hate them in both.
Mm-hmm.
I think in the first one is like a little more acceptable, and the second one it's like it's also like they get mad at Kevin in the beginning of the second one because he like ruins the play after Buzz is the one who bullies
Mm,
him first.
mm,
And then
right.
and they were like, "Oh, Buzz is such a perfect kid. Kevin, you idiot, you dickhead." Like
Yeah.
Kevin's like 8 years old. And they're like
Well, well, to argue, they had that like the family meeting, and then Buzz like lied and said, "I'm sorry for my immature actions," but then he was just joking because he was like, "Beat that, you trout sniffer." So of course the parents are going to be like,
Oh yeah.
"Oh, he apologized and everything."
yeah, but like bro, you would have a little more sympathy for the kid that you left last Christmas.
True.
Right? Like wouldn't you be like, "Damn, like we kind of owe him one like
Yeah,
maybe
or like honestly, maybe you say like, hey, maybe this year we stay home. Maybe we don't travel this
true,
year. Like,
true."
yeah, let's
Like
just take a year off. From, yeah, just stay home.
yeah, let's just stick to the fucking plan. Oh my god, and I really hate them so much. They're just so annoying. I just don't like how like they make it everyone else's problem. Like obviously, yes, you lost your kid,
Mm.
that's horrible. But in the first one, when they go into the phone and they kick the girl off the payphone, like we have an emergency. Like, bruh, this is not her problem. This is your problem.
Oh, true.
Yeah. Oh
Speaking
my
in
god.
French.
I always get so mad. Like I just feel so bad for Kevin. I'm like, bro, like, what is it, CCP or CCA? What is it like? The organization that gets rid of like kids who are like at risk homes.
Oh, Child Protective Services,
Yeah. Okay. So
CPC or
yeah,
CPS. Yeah.
CPS, dude. They need to be called on that household. Dead ass.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. That's all I have to say about Home Alone 4. I'm so glad we didn't watch Home Alone 3.
No, Home Alone 3 is better from what I remember when I was younger.
Oh, really? Okay.
Mm.
I'm glad I picked 4 then.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you picked this one, Chuck, because this was meant to be the worst one, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I saw the reviews. People say there's nothing like redeemable about this movie, and they were right.
Yeah.
Like,
I
I also
fully
wonder,
agree.
like, why does this movie even exist? Like, I guess just
Money.
because Home Alone 1 and 2 were so popular. I know that.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah, I guess I
Money.
know the answer to the question. It's just like I don't know. Like, just leave it alone. Like 3 probably couldn't didn't light the world on fire. I've never seen 3.
I think 3 made
Like,
enough money where they were surprised.
yeah, okay. And I guess I mean if we're being honest, this movie didn't. I doubt this movie was very expensive to make, right? Like,
No way. Yeah, it's super
yeah.
cheap. hmm I was
So
gonna
it's like,
say,
why not?
yeah, why not just make it? I was gonna say since we have a lot of time, we should just talk about things that we enjoyed watching this week.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I
Well,
was
should
gonna
we
say,
rate this one?
yes, one
A
out of
palate
10.
cleanser.
I also do a 1.
Yeah,
Wait, seriously?
yeah.
Wait, you wait a 1 out of 10 for YouTube? I don't think I've ever heard Brendan give a movie a 1 out of 10.
I think the other one was the Freddy Got Fingered. What did I rate
Okay,
that one?
I think you gave it a 1 out of 10 too.
Yeah.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
I don't. I didn't give Freddy a 1. I don't think because I was thinking about that watching this. Not to drop my rating, but like Freddy Got Fingered. That was like the other bad movie we watched. That
Yeah.
movie at least like it kind of knows, right? Like I don't.
It's,
That movie
oh
was
yeah,
just
it knows it's
like
stupid. Yeah.
right. This movie, like I gotta give it a 1. I think.
Yeah.
Like I
Triple one.
hate it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Home
No,
Alone.
Well, I might have
this is
gave
a,
that one a 3, I think, or something like that. Freddy
I can
Got
find
Fingered.
out. I'm on Letterboxd right now. Let's see. Give us a 1.
well, I don't even know what my
Good,
real
yeah.
rating is because I gave it a 5 out of 5 on
Oh,
Letterboxd.
Oh
good
yeah,
for
I don't
you.
know if I rated it on Letterboxd. I rated it from the podcast.
Oh
So we
yeah,
have to,
Chuck. 5 out of 5. That's it.
yeah.
Oh,
Well,
I should even rate it.
that's not a good. That's really not a good.
Yeah, I never rated it either. I feel like I probably gave it a 3. That's going to be my guess. So I will rate it right
I'm
now.
surprised you even give it a 3, but okay.
I mean, that movie, like, I mean, I don't know if I'm ever going to watch that movie again, but like, I guess I give something credit when it's like, okay, like, it's really fucking bad and it's stupid, but like, it is what it is. Like, it
Mhm.
knew. Like, it's just a movie that is, I feel like, trying to be the most obnoxious, childish thing. Maybe I didn't give it a 3. Let's give it a 2.
I was gonna say, like, what do you give The Room? I think The Room is like the best bad movie ever, but it's
Oh,
still like one out
I
of
don't
10.
even know how to rate something like that. Like, because
Yeah,
I'll tell
same.
you, like, The Room, I've seen it, I think, only once, and I think we probably watched it together.
Mhm.
Um, and I mean, I just gave an example of a time that I think that movie is like funny, but just like I don't even know if I'll ever watch it again. Like
Mhm.
it's so exhausting to me.
Yeah.
Like
Our
I
roommate
just
in college would watch it like frequently.
which roommate? Give me like the first letter of their name, I guess.
Oh, GY.
Really?
Yeah, all the time.
I don't remember that. That
Oh,
seems
I'm
sort
gonna.
of out of character.
No, okay. I'll give you even more information. I'm not gonna out
Yeah,
this person, obviously, but
yeah.
he would even bring girls over to watch it.
Oh, now that you say that, it kind of does sound familiar. But that may
Yeah,
have started a little more after I moved out, possibly.
probably. Yeah, but he loved he thought The Room was like a great movie. I'm like, bruh, this like
Wow,
there's no way.
that
But
is
yeah, pretty
yeah.
crazy.
Okay, good for
I
them.
think a great like bad movie is Not Another Teen Movie.
Yes, yeah, I agree.
Oh yeah.
I
But
think that's so funny.
I even think it's like though it's a parody, it's a good parody.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I
Hmm.
guess it is under a parody instead of like bad movie.
Yeah. I really do love what's his name? Oh, he's Captain America. He's so good in that movie.
Chris
Oh,
Evans.
Chris
Yeah, Chris
Evans.
Evans. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
I
yeah.
just googled best bad movies,
Hmm.
and it just gave me a terrible list. Like it
Okay,
just
well, in
gave
a
me a
good way,
list of no,
good bad
like
movies.
The Dark Knight Rises, Vice,
Uh,
Nosferatu, Moonrise, American Psycho, Goodfellas. What the fuck is this? Anyway,
that's a bad list. Yeah.
yeah,
Wait. So we reviewed it all once. That's probably the
yeah,
lowest
Yep.
we've ever given something.
trip ones. It's gotta be.
Hmm.
It's gotta
Triple
be.
one.
I
Yeah,
don't
for
know if I've
sure.
given anything a one.
Hmm. All right. Well, let's get into things we watched. We can take a little more time just because we kind of we didn't not want to talk about Home Alone 4.
Mm, yeah.
I mean, what
Uh,
is there to say? Like,
Nothing.
like it's
There's
just, yeah.
nothing good to say.
Well, you go first, Chuck.
No, no, no.
Let's see
You
what was
you
right.
you start. You started actually.
I started.
No, well,
Okay.
you kind of started because you're not really. I don't know what I'm talking about. I can start if you want me to
Okay.
start.
I want Brendan to
Wait,
start.
Okay, let's
me?
yeah.
Wait. So movies.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Is anything
Um.
you watched or anything you experienced? Tell us about your life.
Yeah, I actually did watch some new movies. I did one rewatch, or I did a couple rewatches, but the one that I can remember off the top of my head was Friday, and it was still funny as I
Mm.
remember it.
Oh
Yeah, that was
wow!
good.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Yeah, with with Chris Tucker,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cause
nice.
dude.
because I was at my sister's house and we watched Rush Hour 1 and 2, so that was another rewatch, and then
I
we wanted to keep
love.
going with Chris Tucker, so we did that Friday.
Uh, uh, Rush Hour 2 is better than Rush Hour 1 in my opinion.
Yeah, they're both really
Which
good.
one
Like,
is
Would you say, Dan?
what happens in Rush Hour 2 again? That's not the one where they go to Hong Kong, is it? Or is it?
Yeah,
yeah,
that's like yeah.
Oh,
That's
okay. Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
that's the Hong Kong one.
Yeah. I think I prefer one, but I respect both are good. They're very
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah. But then the new movies I watched. Okay, so I saw Nerve, which was a super pleasant surprise for me. Like I thought that was such a fun movie.
Yeah, you were telling me
Um,
about Nerve.
yeah, really
Yeah.
cool. And then I saw it again with like
Heard
at
of
my
it.
sister's house because I knew they would enjoy it, like my sister and my niece. And then they also enjoyed it. So I like watched it by myself, but then I rewatched it again.
Mhm. It's with
Um,
Is
Dave
that
Franco, right?
yeah, with Dave Franco.
hmm. Is that the one where it's like you can? It's not like Truth or Dare, but there's like an app and you like do things
Oh
for
yeah,
views or
it is that
something.
one.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
I haven't seen it, but I remember it when it came out.
and like the color, like the visual aspect in that movie is also really cool.
Mm,
Uh,
mm.
what else? Okay, I saw A Real Pain, also pretty good.
Oh yeah. I want to see that. That's the uh, is it Jesse Eisenberg?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Jesse Eisenberg directed it.
directed it.
Okay, and then one of the Culkins, Kieran Culkin, right?
Brother. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice tie-in.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
right. It all comes back to the Culkins.
Mhm.
And
Well,
this one is
he's in that his brother is also in those movies.
Yeah, he's the one with the glasses. I think.
Yeah, he's
yeah,
on
his
The
cousin.
Pepsi. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that part in the original one where he's like, I think his name's Fuller or something. Where he's
Yeah,
like,
it's
yeah,
Fuller, yeah.
yeah, I don't want to share the bed with Fuller. He's gonna wet the bed, and it cuts to him, and he's just drinking a Pepsi. Like,
Yeah.
oh, funny.
Yeah, but that was a good one. Like the more I think about it, like the more I enjoy it. Like
Cool.
after I watched it. Um
A real
then
pain. You're talking about?
yeah, A Real Pain.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
And then another movie I saw, we've talked about it in terms of like I think it was one of the options of one of the movies I wanted to pick, Living. And it was good, but I
Mm.
expected more from it. So I wasn't like nothing crazy for me.
I want to watch the original first. I still haven't seen the Kurosawa, the Kiru. I think is
Yeah.
how you pronounce it.
Yeah. I
Um,
want to watch that too.
yeah.
And then the last movie I saw was Snack Shack. And I thought it was just decent. I think that's a
Shack?
newer movie.
Shack?
Yeah, like Snack Shack.
Oh yeah, I
Okay,
see it.
let's see.
It's
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
2024. Yeah, so
it was just all right. Yeah.
it looks like coming of age.
Yeah. You
It
know
looks like
me and
young people. Yeah.
right. Yeah,
yeah.
it takes what it looks like. Well, yeah, set in the summer of '91, a coming of age film. Yeah, it sounds like Brendan.
Yeah. But that's it from me.
All right, that's respect. All right, cool.
Yeah,
Dan, you want to go next, or want me to go next?
I can go. I only watched a couple things, but really some couple good things.
Okay.
One rewatch, one new. The rewatch was True Grit, the Coen Brothers version.
Oh,
You ever see that?
cool.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I've
A
never
long time
seen it.
ago.
Yeah. Oh, it's really good. Have you seen it, Brendan?
Hmm. I saw it a
Oh
while
yeah,
ago.
it's you. Yeah, I hadn't seen it in like I don't know, 10+ years probably. But it's really good, Chuck. You'd like it. Really,
I do love a Coen Brothers movie.
yeah, it's very Cohen. Like the great, like really bizarre language. Like it's obviously it's like this western. I forget what year it's meant to be, but they're like so it's like people talk very casually, but also like strangely formal. Like they like don't really use contractions very often, and this really bizarre, like bizarrely flowery way of talking. It's very weird. Um, but yeah, I feel like it's really good modern classic. Great music too. Um, then the new thing I watched was Evil Does Not Exist. Have you heard of that?
No,
I
that sounds
heard about it.
cool.
Yeah, I heard about that actually.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's this. Let me look up his name. It's the same director as Drive My Car, which I watched like I don't know a couple months ago. The director is I'm gonna mispronounce his name probably, but it looks like Risuke Hamaguchi, something like that. Um, really? So I'll say right off the bat, it's like the most confused I've been watching a movie in like quite some time, actually.
Mm,
Oh damn.
Um, yeah, like I would recommend it. Like I think it's worth a watch. It's uh in fact like I'd love you guys to watch it because I'd love to talk about it. Like
okay.
but yeah, I'm not going to give anything away. It's really interesting. It's very very slow paced. There's very clear like themes and sort of questions it's posing like that you guys would catch on to very immediately. but then it sort of comes together in a way that I feel like I can't quite get a grip on. Like there's all these elements, and I'm like, oh, I see you're doing something here. I see you're like trying to communicate something, but I just don't know quite what you're saying. Um, so I watched it like, I don't know, a couple days ago, and I'm still like sort of thinking about it and trying to get my thoughts together. But I'd recommend it. It was good.
That's
Oh,
really cool.
cool.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
added it to my watch list. I actually didn't have it added, so I really doubt knew. Maybe I was thinking of another movie, but no, this looks cool.
Yeah, yeah. I only happened to hear. I almost saw it in theaters just on a whim. Like it
Mhm.
happened to be showing at a theater by my office, and I almost went and saw it one day. That's like like the only way I'd heard of it actually. But I think like in more legitimate critical circles, it was like being talked about.
Nice. Yeah, and you said yeah. I was looking. The director also made "Drive My Car."
Yeah, which if you haven't seen, I'd also recommend. Also, similarly, like very like he clearly has a pretty distinct style, very sort of deliberate pace, that like very kind of gentle, quiet moments that he kind of revels in. Um, but ultimately, I think like I found both movies like really compelling, and like the endings in particular really interesting.
That's really cool.
Nice.
Yeah, so those are my two.
Nice. Oh, you didn't have any other movies, Dan?
Not that I can think of. If I remember something else I watched, I'll let you know. But
Yeah,
that
no worries.
I think maybe that was it.
Cool. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was a little crazy this weekend. I watched a lot of movies back to back to back.
Nice.
Nice.
So, and I also watched some TV. I'll talk about TV real quick. I'm on the last episode of Fallout. It's good. I would give it a shot if you guys have ever played the. You don't even need to play the game to enjoy it, but yeah, it's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Um,
Fallout.
That's on my
Like,
list.
yeah. Is that Amazon did that?
I think so. Yeah, Amazon. Yeah, I think Amazon did do it. Yeah, and it's great.
Yeah, I heard it was pretty good actually.
Mhm. Yeah, it kind of just flies by. It's really fun.
Hmm.
Okay, cool. And
Nice.
the
Yeah.
other. Okay, let me get into movies. So this one might get me a little bit of hate. Excuse me. I saw Sherlock Jr. It's a Buster Keaton movie. I wasn't my cup of tea.
Hmm.
Maybe,
Sherlock Jr.
yeah, it's like from 1924, so literally 100 years old.
Oh my
Um,
god.
it was not. Yeah, it was cool because like there was no like safety laws, and I guess like a lot of the stunts
Oh yeah, he's
were super
crazy.
dangerous. Yeah, and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool, but at the same time, I'm like, this is kind of just fucking dangerous. I was,
Mm-hmm.
and also the story's just not that entertaining. But like, I bet back then people were like, "Holy shit, I can't believe he's doing this."
Mm-hmm.
Um, it was cool. It was cool in some ways, but yeah, it was not my cup of tea. Like, I I don't even know if I could recommend it. It was definitely something. I saw a newer movie. I saw a movie called Leave the World Behind. It's by Sam Esmail, and he's the guy who created. I think he created Mr. Robot.
Oh, I've seen this.
Oh,
Oh, you actually
oh,
seen Leave the World Behind?
Yeah, and I did not like it.
I
oh.
did not like it
I
as much as yeah.
it's funny. I literally just the other day heard about this movie for the first time. It's so funny. Like I'd never heard of this movie, and I haven't seen it. But it was like a trailer was I saw somewhere or something. I
Yeah,
think. But
I think
Yeah.
it's based on a book, and I heard people like the book a lot more. So maybe I would just
yeah.
recommend the book.
Hmm.
It's with Ethan Hawke. I think maybe that's why Brendan watched it.
Yeah. And because the idea is cool, but just like where it
Yeah,
goes.
where it goes is not interesting at all.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's like an apocalyptic movie about, and it's not it's not my favorite thing in the world.
On
Um,
especially that ending with the girl, that triggered me.
the girl. What happened with
Well,
the
yeah, I
girl?
can't say anything without spoiling, but it's just like because I don't want to
I
spoil it for Dan.
Yeah,
It's
can we
just so
talk?
dumb though.
Yeah, we won't have to spoil it for Dan.
I mean, am I gonna want to watch it? Like, should
Yeah,
I?
maybe. No,
Maybe.
Okay.
yeah. I can see people liking this. Like it was crazy. I can see someone saying, "Oh, this is my favorite movie," and I'm like, "Okay,
Oh,
that's cool."
interesting. Okay. Wow. Because
Yeah,
that's pretty high praise in a way, right? I mean, to say this could be someone's favorite movie.
yeah. It's kind of campy. It's
Uh
kind of
huh.
like it's kind of dumb. It's kind of fun. It's just its own thing. Okay. I have three more movies left. I'll go in order of how much I like them because I've been very negative today. I saw House of a Thousand Corpses by Rob Zombie. It was horrible. Oh my god.
God.
It
Damn.
was it is like the schlockiest like horror gory stuff ever. It's so bad. At least if you have a horror movie and you have a lot of blood and gore, make it interesting. Do something new. Don't do like the
Mm.
same shit over and over. It was so bad, man. I think it's Rainn Wilson, the guy from The Office's first movie.
Oh,
Oh.
well, you got to start somewhere.
Yeah, and it was dog shit. Oh my god. What an embarrassing movie. Um
Didn't this? Are there like? Is that move? Is like the Devil's Rejects? Is that a Rob Zombie
Rob,
movie? And is it in
I
Oh
this
yeah.
universe? There's like
I think.
he has like a
I
few that are like vaguely in the same universe or something.
Well, yeah, and he like I think he kind of like paints America as like yeah, I think you're right. Devil's Rejects. I'm looking at that now.
Okay.
I don't know if it's in the same universe, but like he kind of paints America in like this. There's these towns full of people like this.
Oh, well, they're
um.
like crazy killers or something. I don't think I've ever seen these movies. Maybe if I have, it's been a long time.
You. I don't think you would enjoy them. It. It.
Yeah, I don't think I
It.
would either.
Yeah. It was really not that interesting at all. Okay.
Mhm.
I also watched a movie called Johnny Got His Gun. This was a little more interesting. I definitely enjoyed it. It was probably the darkest movie I've seen in a while. The premise is a guy named Johnny who's being deployed out to World War One. I think it's actually two, maybe World War One. Oh my god, I don't remember. It's not that important. So, like, if you watch, okay, so it's World War One. I just looked it up. It's not that important because basically what happens is he goes into war, and I think in his first battle, he gets hit by an artillery like thing from a tank, and basically what ends up happening to him is like he can't see, can't hear, can't like lost his both of his arms and legs, and
Oh damn.
he's basically just suffering this entire time. And people are like talking around him like, oh, what are they gonna do with him? And like how he's
So he can
basically just
hear. Can he
oh, no,
hear?
he's deaf as well.
Okay. So how does he
Yeah,
know what they're saying around him? Oh, or is it not from his perspective?
it is from his
Then I
perspective,
guess.
and
Oh,
but like he kind of just is like, oh, like I feel like someone's touching me on my forehead.
right, right.
Yeah, and it's like there's a lot of dream sequences which are really cool. It's very anti-war, which I feel like there's no way this could have been a pro-war movie.
Hmm.
Um, but no, it was definitely very interesting, very disturbing. Um, I think this was a famous director who made this too. Dalton
Molten Trumbo.
Trumbo.
Yeah.
I
I
never I never
oh
saw him. Oh, he's a famous
I will say
writer. He's not a famous director.
yeah. I'll cut in here and say I have read this book. It
Oh,
was I think
cool.
he wrote the book
Oh.
first. It's yeah. I would have. I mean, I would be interested to watch the movie because I mean you've not given it away like it's a spoiler, but like the book is so haunting and like, and I'm sure the movie is too, but like it's
Hmm.
so fucking scary because I mean it's like still the beginning, but the first I don't know chapter or something or a couple chapters are him. He wakes up and he thinks it's all obviously from his perspective, like, and he thinks like I'm wrapped up in bandages, like I can't see anything. I must be
Hmm.
wrapped up in bandages, and he slowly realizes, oh my god, I'm blind, and then he realizes I can't hear, and then he realizes all my limbs are gone. Like it's so
Hmm.
horrifying.
Yep. And
And then yeah, like you're
it
saying,
gets worse and worse as the movie goes on.
yeah, and
Wow.
it's just like him. I guess yeah, just what to be trapped in your own body, really. Like
Hmm.
it's yeah, so really horrifying.
There's one part that really got to me where it was like he doesn't even have a sense of time. So like
Right?
someone
Because how would you?
yeah, and someone like wrote out the date on his chest, and he was so happy just to know what the date was.
Oh
Oh,
my
that's I
god.
don't think that's in the book, but in the book
Um,
he yeah, he comes up with a sort of system for telling time. But
yeah,
yeah.
he does have like a system of telling time. Yeah, you're right, but he never knew what the original date was.
Right, sure. Yeah, he just knows how
Yeah.
many days have gone by,
Hmm.
probably.
Yeah, and oh, dude, that yeah, it's a great movie. Really disturbing. Don't watch it with your family. Um, and yeah, I have one last thing to talk about, and this is probably my most favorite thing I've seen. The Passion of Joan of Arc really old movie, but unlike like the Buster Keaton movie I was talking about, this was so interesting. I loved what they did with this. Like, there's really
Mhm.
there's like it's a silent film. They use a lot of music, but the facial expressions are amazing, especially the main actress. Like, the entire film is like I think this was made 1928, so yeah, like 100 years like Buster Keaton. But the fact that these movies came out in the same decade, I will say the Buster Keaton one is interesting. Like, oh man, they were kind of ahead of its time. I even think
Hmm.
this was even more ahead of its time. Just the
Yeah.
fact that like this really focused on acting and like letting your face do all the acting and letting your body language do all the acting. It was really incredible.
Yeah.
And
I
yeah,
also saw that movie
You
in
said
Oh,
in
you
you
said
film
you
class.
watched it in school.
Yeah. But I agree
Mhm.
with what Chuck said.
Yeah, it is like like a life-changing movie, I think. In my opinion. Like
wow.
it's like something like where I'm like, "Oh, if you want to like get to like the like film history, like this is something you need to like you study." It is really
Hmm.
really interesting.
Wow. How did you know it because Brendan had watched it in school? How did you like? How did you hear
No,
it?
no, I didn't actually know Brendan watched it in school. I knew it just because it is like like it is studied in school. So I
Hmm.
knew like it has like that cultural significance, but I also think this is considered like by Sight and Sound like one of the best movies ever as well. So I was like, yeah, I might as well like. And this was on my dude. I'm telling you, my watch list is like 500 movies, and my way to
Oh,
watch
me
a
too. Me
movie
too.
is like doing shuffle. Like I shuffle and I watch whatever
Ah,
movie comes up.
Oh, nice.
actually a
And
pretty good idea because I could never figure out what I want to watch.
oh no, but dude, I'm telling. This is how I watch House of a Thousand Corpses.
Yeah, which
Yeah, like
was on your list, I guess.
yeah, exactly. It was the same thing. It's like literally like I can watch that and then this in the same day. And I'm like, wow, one is obviously shit and one is obviously amazing. um, but yeah, no, those are the films I saw this week. Yeah, like I said, definitely
Nice.
recommend Johnny Got His Gun and the Passion of Joan of Arc. But yeah,
Nice.
Okay.
yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, Brendan, go get into it. What do you want us
Dang.
to watch?
Uh, should I give you guys options or no? Just choose one.
Yes, no, no. I think now since we have a little more time, you can give us options. We can help you.
Yeah.
All right, I'll do three. So one is
Okay.
called Lilia Forever.
Okay.
The other one is
Lilia?
called like Lilya, and then the number four, and
Oh.
then ever. I think
Oh
this
my
got a
god.
lot
Oh
of
yeah.
awards as it's a what's it called? Foreign film.
Hmm.
Hmm.
This is
Um,
from 2002.
yeah.
Cool.
The other one is a movie called Paris, Texas.
Yes,
Oh
I
yeah.
love Paris, Texas.
Oh, you've seen it?
Yes, but I'd be down to watch it again.
I-
If Dan hasn't seen it as well.
I had not seen it.
Yeah,
Okay, I
I'd
haven't
be
seen it
down to watch
either.
it again.
And then the last movie, it's a recent one, but it's animated. It's a Memoir of a Snail.
Yeah, I've heard about that
Oh
too.
yeah. That just came out last year, right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Um, why can't I spell memoir? Oh, I spelled it right. That's a weird word.
Yeah. We'll go with these three.
Yeah, I'm down for any of them. That's not.
Uh, yeah.
Thanks.
Mhm.
I had heard of I think both. I know Paris, Texas is on my list. I think Memoir of a Snail is on my list too. I'd never heard of Lilia. Um, so yeah, I haven't seen any of them though.
All right, do you want to do a
Okay. Yeah, I
random?
haven't seen any of them either.
All right, let's do a random choice generator. I'll make one up.
Let's do it. Random
Yeah,
choice generator.
yeah, I'll do that right now. I'll also share my screen so it doesn't seem like I'm cheating. Um,
Cheater.
cheater, cheater, pumpkin eater. But yeah, I was gonna say while that's getting ready. I liked Paris, Texas a lot. Um, it is like it's kind of a sadder movie for sure.
Is it
Hmm.
like okay? But you said you enjoyed it.
Yeah, I definitely enjoyed it. I wouldn't say like, oh, it was the best movie I've ever seen, but it was good.
Okay.
Now you're like, I don't want to watch it. If it's not gonna
Yeah.
change my life, what's the point,
Yeah, exactly. Honestly,
bro? Who
because if you
cares?
had more strong, if you were like, oh, that's the definite watch, I'd be
It
like,
could be. It
oh,
could be yours.
that's
Okay.
true.
Yeah, it looks like it picked Memoir of a Snail.
Okay,
Cool.
cool. So we'll do animated, and I think it's stop motion. I'm not sure.
Looks like it, yeah.
Yeah, I think it is stop motion. Cool. Yeah, no, I'm excited to watch it. Yeah. Okay. Cool. I think that wraps things up then. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. If you want to watch Memoir of a Snail, it's by Adam Elliott, who's also directed. Oh, Mary and Max. That's another movie I want to watch.
Oh, yeah. I was literally gonna say, it's like this reminds me of Mary and Max. Oh, you haven't seen it?
Oh, you see Mary and Max?
It's been a long time. I watched it. I don't even know when it came out. I know it's not that old. 2009. I probably watched it not like around 2009. Honestly.
Cool. No, I'm excited.
Nice.
Yeah.
Me too.
Cool. So yeah. It's directed by Adam Elliott, and yeah, give it a watch before the next episode, and then yeah, we can all chat about it next time, and hopefully it'll be a way better discussion than Home Alone 4.
Yeah.
I think we covered some really good ground with Home Alone 4.
Yeah.
Sure.
I agree.
Yeah, we really changed the world.
Mhm.
It's gonna be internet archived. But yeah, if anyone wants to uh ugh, if anyone wants to check us out, we have a podcast called the 120 Days of Movie Podcast.
You're listening to it.
Yeah, you're listening to it right now. Almost 60th episode. Oh, 60th episode is gonna be Memoir of a Snail. I think there's
Oh, that's
snails in
fun.
Sodom.
Oh
Interesting.
man.
Really? Oh
Maybe.
well, it's French. Do they eat them? French.
No, they're Italian.
I thought it was Italian. Yeah.
Oh, it's Italian. Oh,
Mhm.
oh, is
'Cause
it? But
it's about
the
Mussolini.
original author is French. Oh, that's right. The original author of the book is French.
Is that true?
I think so. I think it's Marquis de Sade, who I think was French,
Did
unless I'm
yeah,
crazy.
he died, right?
Oh, dude, he's long. Yeah, he's long dead.
Well, no, he died, like, right after the, writing a
Oh yeah,
hundred.
it's unfinished. Yeah, the book is unfinished.
Yeah, which is crazy, right?
Conspiracy.
Well, no,
Yeah,
I
I
think they
think
killed him. They killed him because of the movie. I mean, the book.
Oh shit.
Is this the guy who died in a bathtub? Let me look. I think that was a journalist. Oh, he was imprisoned. Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe. Yeah, that
yeah,
whole.
yeah, he got in prison
That,
and then killed in jail, I think.
that might be right. It's just
Yeah,
like my French
I
is.
think I think they got, like, wind of what he was writing, they were like, nope."
Mm,
Um, what a crazy guy.
I mean, he
yeah,
exposed the elites.
yeah.
So
Oh,
respect.
you think he exposed the elites, that's why it happened to him?
Oh, I have no idea because I don't know. Like, I just know of the movie, but I don't know what or the like. I don't know what the book exposes or anything.
It doesn't really expose anything. It's kind
Oh,
of like it's like a extreme, like, metaphor on, like, Mussolini and, like, how bad things were during that time.
Right. But the
And, like,
original wasn't like
oh,
because
really? Was it not?
well, the Marquis de Sade we're talking like died in like I mean the early 1800s or something probably like
Oh,
way
shit.
before it. Yeah, the movie is. I mean, I have not read the book and I've not seen the movie, but now that we're talking about, it, I remember. Yeah, the original book is like French Revolution, post French Revolution era.
Oh, yeah, it's
Like
the
it's
end of the
French.
reign
Yeah,
of wow, Louis the 14th.
yeah. So it's like I
Whoa.
think you're absolutely right that it's like it's sort of metaphorical or like it's political or whatever, but it's not. It's not about Mussolini.
I thought it
Whoa.
was more like Eyes Wide Shut.
No, I don't think it's definitely not like Eyes Wide Shut. I
Okay.
mean, you can say it's kind of like that in the way that, like, they are, like, high members of society,
Hmm.
but it's like it's more just saying, like, oh, these people are evil. Look at the evil things they did. But I don't think there's ever reports of, like, of them doing the things that they did in 100 days, under 20 Days of Sodom.
Oh,
The
okay.
things the things that happen in that movie and book are honestly horrible. Um,
Yeah.
Yeah, I
yeah.
also think like we can when we inevitably watch that movie, we can talk about it more, and I'll do my research. But I think maybe even what I remember about the Marquis de Sade was that he was not like a prude. Like his part of his philosophy was like he was, I think maybe it was called like Libertines or something in that era, like was very like questioning like sexual norms and stuff. Like he was not like anti-sexual experimentation or anything like that.
Oh yeah,
I don't
he
think
was.
this guy was like
He was.
advocating for
Yeah,
God.
I think. Yeah, and I think he kind of flexed a lot of that,
Mhm.
like that knowledge. I guess he's like talking about
Yeah.
sodomy and stuff like that. He's like, "Oh, I know a lot about this stuff." I'm like,
All
"You
right.
keep
Do you want
it
to
to
hear about
yourself."
it? I got this
Yeah,
fun story.
yeah. I just made it up. I hope I don't go
Oh
to jail.
God.
I hope I don't go to jail for this. Imagine that happened now. Like, what movie would get like you in jail?
Mm,
That's tough.
Uh, yeah. I mean,
yeah, I don't even
yeah.
know.
Remember, people were like, I mean, there's books that are banned, even if the
Yeah,
writers
that's
are being
political.
honest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
I mean,
was gonna
so was the imprisonment of the Marquis de Sade, I'm sure.
True. I was joking with my wife after watching The Passion of Joan of Arc. I said, why did they do that to our girl?" Like I was because I didn't know anything about Joan of Arc. So I
Yeah.
was like, yeah, I was like, "Oh, like why we let this happen?" I'm like, "Bro, this happened like for the 1400s."
Is it that was she on trial because she claimed to hear the voice of God? Is that why she was being
Yes,
tried?
well,
Okay.
you know what's another big thing? That was a big thing, but other big thing was that she was cross-dressing because
Uh,
she was
wearing
fighting for the
armor?
French. Yeah,
Right,
but
right.
they kept saying in the movie like, "Oh, because you were cross-dressing." Like they had a bigger deal with that than like the fact that she was
Mm,
fighting for
mm.
them. Yeah, it
Yeah.
was really interesting. Um, but yeah, check us out
Nice.
everywhere you can get a podcast. um, this is Chuck.
This is Daniel.
This is Brendan.
Bye bye.